known him for, man, this will be our second full off-season training. Started last year right before COVID, so we had that entire time to spend together, and actually got referred to him, I think, by an ex-client or his agent or something. We do a lot of business with his agent, but yeah, I've been spending the last 2 off seasons together. It's been fantastic. Guy works his butt off and shows up every day, does everything he needs to do. So he's a great kid to be around for sure. Yeah, so I've been doing this since 2003, moved down here, and literally this is all I've done since college. So majored in exercise science and biomechanics, and got a job down in South Florida when I was 24, opened my own business when I was about 28, 29, and been doing this ever since. So primarily we deal with mainly guys that are on Jason's level. So, you know, a lot of NFL guys, a lot of professional athletes. We do some youth stuff from time to time as well, but definitely specialize in athletes that are on Jason's level. We're getting closer, you know, year by year, and that's kind of the thing. You got to I hate to say break down walls with some of these guys, but a lot of these guys have, you know, they've been training, they've been doing different things for a long period of time. They're at a super elite level. So it takes a little while to get to know each one of these guys, but Jason's one of those that, you know, the day he walked in the door, super down to earth guy, you know, fit right in with us, you know, loved mine and our style of training. So it was never an issue at all, and definitely getting closer and closer by the off season. Great kid, great human being. We love having him around. Yeah, and that's trial and error. And that's where we're, you know, a little bit unique in the industry is a lot of places you go to, it's cookie cutter. So if you have Jason and then you have a 400-pound offensive lineman, they're doing the same thing. We don't. You know, we create things that are a little bit more unique or much more unique for each individual athlete. So my partner Tony and I, we kind of come together and, you know, put together a program that, you know, will suit the needs of every individual player. So right now you can hear Tony hooping and hollering out on the floor. He's got Jason, he's got some of our offensive guys out there doing more specific stuff to their positions. You know, we've got big guys and we've got, you know, other positions that are doing hurdle mobility and things like that. So we just try to break it up from a movement standpoint and a strength training standpoint to be specific to each individual guy. Yeah, I mean, he's obviously a good athlete. He's a good player. He's in the NFL and he's going on, you know, several years in the league, which is a rare thing to have. You know, Jason went through kind of a position switch last year where, you know, the movements aren't completely different, but switching from, you know, the defensive side of the ball to the offensive side of the ball, you know, being a running back is a completely different ball game. So we just had to incorporate more of attacking as opposed to reacting. You know, so again, he's a good athlete, so it didn't take him long to pick it up. But, you know, again, it's just one of those things where we're constantly evolving and constantly figuring out what works best for Jason and what works best for all our guys. You know, a big thing for me being around all of these guys is, you know, you have to enjoy what you do. And not everybody in the NFL likes football. They just don't. They don't like football. They don't like training. They don't like the process. They like the paycheck. But not all the guys enjoy the process. That's where Jason's a little bit different. We almost have to throttle him back a little bit and say, all right, you know, you've been here for 3.5 hours today. You're done. We'll see you tomorrow. A lot of guys are the exact opposite. We got to ratchet them up because they don't want to work out. They just, again, they like being in the NFL. They like the paycheck, but they don't enjoy the process of it. Jason does. So, you know, I'd say one of his biggest things is just flat out showing up and busting his ass every day. And not everybody does that. You know, it's difficult to predict that. The NFL is, you know, I've seen very good players that should be on the field that just don't, for whatever reason, don't get an opportunity. I mean, you hear the cliche NFL stands for not for long, flat out. It just does. Guys don't last. You know, so it's tough to predict it. But Jason, just being, you know, the guy that he is, knowing him for a couple off seasons now, he's going to do everything he needs to do to make it. And again, that's rare. That's a rare quality. Not a lot of guys are going to claw their way. Not a lot of guys can go through a position change like Jason did, go from one side of the ball to the other and be successful. You know, but the thing that he has going for him is he's a well-rounded athlete. He's played both sides of the ball. He can play special teams. He's coachable. He's likable. He's a good kid. He's smart. Those are qualities that very few guys in the NFL have. So, you know, I think that's honestly one of the big reasons why Jay will make it further and longer than he already has, is just having those qualities that are kind of rare in an NFL athlete.